Hi folks, we're learning about luck and today we're learning about how to turn bad luck into good. What research by Richard Wiseman has found is that when people are lucky and he interviews the lucky people, he found that they're really good at turning bad luck into good luck. So when you feel something's gone wrong, they're able to use techniques to turn it into good luck. And this is the fourth and final principle we're going to be learning about living a luckier life. So this is a video that's part of a series that I've made throughout December, and you can watch them. You click on the link below and you'll be able to see the playlist with all the videos from the beginning, learning how to be luckier. And so today's exercise that he shares is about how to see the treasure in the trash when things seem really difficult. How do you see the positive? So this is what lucky people do. They turn bad luck into good luck. He asked them, what techniques do they use to turn this bad luck into good luck? And he found that they used three techniques. So the first one is, think of how things could have been even worse. So I'm going to take the example at the moment. Here in the UK, we've had a lockdown, at least in London, it's quite a strong, and the Southeast is a strong lockdown. So how could things have been even worse? Well, one thing that you could think is that in some countries, they don't do any kind of control at all, and the virus spreads in its own way, and things are much more worse, and the hospitals are even more full up. So that's one way of thinking how things could have actually been even more worse. Other ways is that although most of the shops are closed, some are still open, and we're able to go and visit them and even get some takeaways, as well as go to the supermarkets to get food. In other countries, it's not so easy. They would need to get lots of permission to do that. So things could have even been worse. So that's the first technique for turning bad luck into good. How else? Ask yourself if the unlucky event really matters. I know in my situation, doesn't really make that much difference to what's happening in the current situation, because it doesn't really change too much from what I was doing before. So it doesn't really matter that much personally anyway. It does impact other people a lot, of course. But also think about it for other situations. Let's say you have an interview and you don't manage to get through. Does it really matter? Well, it was just one interview. You still got some practice there, and maybe that job wasn't quite right for you. So the unlucky person would say, oh my God, I'm a failure. I'm never going to get a job. I've given up. The lucky person would say, hey, that was some nice free training. I got some feedback and I got some free biscuits or something on the interview. So they start seeing those little things that were positive about the event. As I've shared before, if someone gets shot in the arm, like let's say someone fires a gunshot and it shoots someone in the arm, the unlucky person would think, oh my God, I'm so unlucky I got shot. The lucky person would think, oh my God, I'm so lucky they didn't shoot me in my body and I survived. The final technique that lucky people tend to use to turn bad luck into good, to see the treasure in the trash, is they compare themselves to others who are less fortunate than themselves. So using the current example of what we're going through at the moment in the UK, there's other countries that are even more unfortunate than we are. As I've mentioned, we're one of the more wealthy countries compared to others. If you use the example of the interview, you could say, hey, at least I managed to get an interview. Some people are struggling to even get that, or at least I've got these particular skills. So there's obviously some demand for what I'm doing. So there's three techniques. Think of how things could have been worse. Ask yourself if the unlucky event really matters, and compare yourself to others who are less fortunate, and that helps you to be more grateful. So these are some of the techniques that lucky people use to turn bad luck into good. And so your challenge is to pick one of these techniques, keep them in mind, maybe write it on a piece of paper. You've got it here. You could watch the video again later on as well as a reference, save it somewhere perhaps, and then just go back to it, especially when you feel that you've been really unlucky or things are not going your way. Think about how things could have been even worse, and or use any of these other techniques and see how it goes, and you'll start to see the good luck in the bad. Okay, great. Well, thanks a lot for watching. Hope you found that helpful. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow as we continue in principle 4, the final principle, which is how we turn bad luck into good. There's other techniques as well. See you tomorrow.